Safety is not knowledge. Freedom is not applicable to the pursuit of knowledge. You are more limited by the statements you make out loud and in your privacy, also known as your mind. Again, you are more limited by the statements you make out loud and in your mind. The private area of your daily functions is not limited to your home, your vehicle, the space you occupy while fulfilling the physical activity your employment requires is also private. Public safety is a safety calculable only outside of you. Your functions as an employee, a household head, or a vehicular operator are private safety, subject individual in nature and unique in responsibility. Sometimes we feel as though we are capable of visualizing that which we have not experienced ourselves, because we have audio and visual reference, places we have never been nor will go. We expect ourselves to know things we could not possibly know. If you have never swam in a natural body of water alone, swimming means your idea of swimming. Fear of the water is not something that you have. It is not a possession. It is something that you say to yourself and probably others. Fascination, in particular occurrences, including but not limited to crime, is an activity you participate in private. You seek out what supplies that fascination. You, as an audience to a recreation, have become in some ways a crime fighter. You are who is knowledgeable on the subject of criminal activity. However, in many cases, you have only supplied yourself with the juicy bits, the parts that make us feel a physical sensation to an event not unfolding in front of us. The fascination, coupled with sensation and contact, because those are men and women's voices you hear, no matter how unconcerned they are for you, have supplied much needed but one-sided engagement. Audio and visual stimulation to events not unfolding in front of you with people you are not authentically engaged with exercises parts of you that cannot be exercised during events that are unfolding in front of you with persons dependent on your reciprocation to continue engagement. As an audience member, you are required only to match your physical sensations and emotional expressions to the performance, and this is all done in private. You are indulging fascination, not to be confused with pursuing knowledge or gaining experience. As a head of household or member, such as a parent, mommy, daddy, the events that occur in your home are events that exercise your person. You are no longer excused from participation at your capacity by fascination. There is no longer an allowance for one-sided engagement. You are again dependent on other members of the household. They are there to provide you life-ensuring care to your body and your presence. You cannot remain in an audience state for the day's entirety. You must match your time, audience, physically and emotionally, sensation and expression. When you are not audience, you are not matching. You are posing. Because when you are not audience, there are most likely is another other than you, depending on you to be able to postulate. They are still your thoughts. No one else can hear them, but they also occur in the presence of another, and most likely have a dramatic effect on that other, even if unheard. When you speak to each other, it is not like thinking. Speech is alive in its ability to perform different directives through intonation, and that is just without visual contact. Is the person you're talking to, you can see them? Then speech is also alive in body language. When you are small and learning to talk, your first effortable contribution to your family, they coax you to speak. so that they can hopefully feel closer to you, and hopefully sharing affection with you becomes easier and less physical. They can speak their love for you, and hopefully it becomes affection required for health. Affection is what is beyond the standard of minimum care. Children need food, shelter, clothing, play, rest, and attendance to toileting, digestive functions, including proper disposal of waste. When you are not audient, you also need all of those things: food, shelter, attire, play, rest, and attendance to excrement. Our communities, in accommodation of those needs, gave us grocery stores, clothing stores, churches, and schools, all because the people that lived there before us needed them to care for each other. Post office, telephone, to ensure that every mommy and daddy had clothes to wear and pillows and blankets to sleep with. It is my deepest hope that this term, audient, is utterly terrifying to you, because you cannot experience affection in any manner while in an audient state. Love is a term we use to help us transition in and out of audient. It is not measured by quantity, though often is near words that describe inordinately large things. There is no substitution for affection, nor an appropriate absence of audientation. We now require both. We are Americans, not only safe and free, but in custody of that which is not. That is what liberty means to me. Justice for all and mercy for none. In God we trust, with dignity we pray. Marshall Mathers, I love you.